Hello and welcome to On Mic with Jordan Rich. We are in for a treat. I got a chance to speak with a legend in show business, 7-time Emmy winner Ed Asner. In mid-November, as we record today's podcast, he's gearing up for 2 shows at the Regent Theater in Arlington, Massachusetts. The show is called A Man and His Prostate, written by veteran TV and film writer Ed Weinberger. And the synopsis of the show is based on a true life experience of Ed's. A man discovers his inner self in more ways than one. A near tragedy masterfully transformed into a one-man comedy, portrayed perfectly by Ed Asner in his hilarious visit to the hospital in preparation for surgery he doesn't want. Ed Asner is a former president of the Screen Actors Guild, born in Kansas City, Missouri, raised in an Orthodox Jewish family. He started acting a bit in the military and then began a career in the 50s that took him to Broadway and a TV debut on Studio One in 1957. Ed made several guest appearances on several network shows before being cast as the crusty but lovable Lou Grant on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Then a successful spin-off as Lou Grant in his own drama series. There was Roots, of course, and dozens of roles, including one of my favorite, and the favorite of many of you, the voice of Carl Fredricksen in the Academy Award-winning Pixar film called Up. Ed continues to work for charities, including those helping to support autistic children and their families, and he's dedicated himself to political causes long before it became fashionable for celebrities to speak out. Now, a couple of notes. Ed will have a little fun with my last name as we begin our phone call. And as you know, this podcast is generally rated G or PG, at the outside PG-13. There are just a few colorful expletives that don't normally appear in my podcast, but it is a living showbiz legend who turns 90, by the way, this week. Ed Asner, let's go on Mic. Rich, R-I-C-H.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you're rich.
Well, for a name only, but it's all.
Send.
Yes. So
share the wealth.
Thank you for doing this, and thank you for doing the show. And I guess the first question is to talk a little bit about A Man and His Prostate. How's it going, and what can people expect?
Well, an erection, I suppose. But no, the show has worked beautifully. It needs an audience, and I take strength and energy from the audience. It's very well crafted, written by Ed Weinberger, who was a writer-producer on Mary Tyler.